I'm back. I just cannot quit Christopher Wylie and Cambridge Analytica. And this is what's going to take down Trump. This is where all the collusion is as it relates to Cambridge Analytica. This is where every government that was hijacked by far-right elections, including Brexit, things going on in South America, Africa, everywhere, those countries are going to want to sue Cambridge Analytica, these people, for what they did. I mean, these people are in global difficulties, aside from here in the U.S. This is being talked about more. The Christopher Wylie book, Cambridge Analytica, and Rebecca Mercer are actually being talked more abroad. If you look through the tweets, you see it more associated with Brexit. It's not really being touched here because the Republican Party is in deep with all of them, as is our president. So knowing that information, I did Christopher Wylie's Tarotscope, and I wanted to compare him with Cambridge Analytica. So the upper left, this is all Christopher Wylie. In the bottom left, we have Cambridge Analytica. In the upper right in red, we have Junior and Eric. In the green, that's Jared and Ivanka. And then this little ratio here by themselves, it's the GOP on top, the NRA on the bottom. And you can already see how things are lining up. So with this miserable first quarter moon, Libra Capricorn, which is the crisis point that is leading to our full moon. That's why I find this so important, because also this is based on all the eclipse energy and then the first quarter moon between the eclipses last July. That's why I'm staying on this, because it's such pivotal information. So with all these characters, when you look at the ascendant, the things that are breathing life into them this week, Christopher Wylie had the High Priestess, the whole operation. Rebecca Mercer had the Ace of Wands. She's the one that carries out the operation with Cambridge Analytica. So that's now what I understand with the Ace of Wands. The King of Cups, this is Eric and Junior, which has to do with Putin. Does this have to do with Bill Barr? No. No, it's Putin. Ivanka. Seven of Pentacles. All that data. My head is kind of blown away that this is what's giving them life this week. All that information, all that money. You reap what you sow. They're not total. They don't have their hands on it yet. That's the important differential here. You give Ivanka and Jared a pile of money and they don't put their grubby hands on it. Why is that? The Republican Party is in retreat this week. Yeah. And the NRA has made an announcement of sorts, is asking for something. So that's what these players have for this week. In the first house of identity, Chris Wylie is 10 swords. He is done with all this BS. Totally done. Rebecca Mercer's still gaslighting us about stuff, but look who has the 9 of swords. This is Junior and Eric. Nightmares. Ivanka has the Ace of Swords, which usually is the weaponized information. 7 of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords of identities. Or they're doing an op. The Republican Party has a reversed Wheel of Fortune, meaning bad timing. They also have the reversed Gaslighting Cup, which means when it's reversed, they're they've manifested something. Something has come to fruition. Now they're taking that. This is when you take action. So in the second house of income this week for these people, as it relates to Christopher Wylie, Cambridge Analytica data, when they look at money and income and gains, the things that they value, Christopher Wylie, he's supposed to have the Knight of Pentacles. Why do you have the High Priestess? As far as Christopher Wylie goes and his book and data, Cambridge Analytica, in terms of income gains, money, value, and this is important because today the moon is in Aquarius. He, in this second house, this is all very relevant, he drew the Knight of Pentacles. So he knows who was delivering the goods, the payments, and distribution. So he knows that, the information that he has. I mean, wow. And the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus in the fourth house. Maybe at or after the full moon, we might find out more. We might not, because remember, this is below the horizon, and this is stuff we don't get to see. We see the stuff above the horizon, but this is all private. So he drew this. Cambridge Analytica, Nine of Wands. Wow, are they embattled or what? It's one thing to be embattled and battle weary, willing to go the distance, but this applies to income, money, following the money. That's not good. For us it is. Junior and Eric have the High Priestess, so that's the whole operation in the income area. So those two yahoos know how this whole thing works, and the money being funneled. And I'm betting Christopher Wylie knows that they are Knight of Pentacles. Oh, there's the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, I feel so much better. Hello. Look at him. Okay, so High Priestess. I want Eight of Pentacles. This is Ivanka, Eight of Pentacles. So that is Eight of Pentacles. That is data. Data as far as income and value. So Jared and Ivanka were like in charge of data. Junior, Eric, in charge of the secrets with payment and money. And also because Eight of Pentacles, that's the mechanism to have everything converted to crypto or Bitcoin. The GOP, Three of Pentacles, secret money, secret talks, how appropriate in that second house of income. And the NRA has the White House. So their income and gains are through the White House. Getting Trump elected brought them in a ton of money. I mean, they've been struggling ever since, but is that something? So in the third house, in the third house, think of communications, digital, electronics, just traveling, moving stuff, moving data, moving money, neighborhoods, getting data from neighborhoods. Got Neptune there. That cloud, which is like Seven of Cups to me. So Christopher Wylie, Seven of Pentacles, he's got the goods on. He knows that Ivanka, Seven of Pentacles, he has an insane amount of data and receipts. He has everything affecting that. Cambridge Analytica, their communications with Putin. Junior and Jared, communications, talking about how to transfer that money. I guess they are the Knight of Pentacles, huh? Moving and transporting money in their agreements with that guy. Ivanka had the Four of Cups, making offers, telling people This is how it's going to go here. Wow. We have the Republican Party going scorched earth, winning unfairly. They don't care, disregard for rules. And here comes the Six Wands mob. All that data, communications. Wow. So this tarotscope I built upon Christopher Wylie's, related to Cambridge Analytica. This isn't just a random first quarter moon. This was related to Christopher Wylie. So in the 4th house, defending home, United States of America, Chris Wylie says right off the bat, it's the devil. The devil, Cambridge Analytica, has ruined democracies and sovereignty. I mean, his book, something about hacking America, or that's a reason why he was a whistleblower, because he saw what it was doing to democracies and the rule of law. Cambridge Analytica sees it otherwise. Defending home, well, we're just going to imbalance some money. It's just a matter of balance. What we're doing doesn't really affect anyone. It's just, we just have to keep balance. It's no big deal. Eric and Jr., no big deal either. 7 Pentacles, look at all this stuff that we have. This is how we defend home or possession of the United States of America, is by taking all the data and the money. And then here we have Ivanka. Defending home is defending Russia, the Empress. The Republican Party is in agreement with all of this. And here we have the NRA. NRA has data. So how much you want to bet that the NRA took data, gave it to Putin, gave it to Russia, and they shipped it off and transported it? 5th house of the sun, Christopher Wylie has death, endings, changing of Leo. There's a change there. They changed. Cambridge Analytica, in his eyes, changed who the president was. It changed the election. It was the death of democracy. Cambridge Analytica was like, no, 6 of Swords. The ruler is just whoever has the data and gets it to Russia. Eric and Jr., see, this is Queen of Swords. So if it was in the past around the election that was about Hillary Clinton nixing her chances, or it's about having to deal with Nancy Pelosi and them in trouble with impeachment talks and investigations. 8 of Ivanka has the government. The GOP was like, this is just happening fast. And here, the NRA also sees the 5th house as a means for the organization to control the government and agencies. In the 6th house of day-to-day work, our agencies, investigations, intelligence, paying attention to details. 9 of Pentacles. This is Christopher Wylie. His service, he serviced the wealthy. That's what you do with data, the people who pay the most for the data. And then Cambridge Analytica, their service was creating Ace of Cups, emotional moments. Eric and Jr., 9 of Cups, the Trump crime syndicate will give you whatever you want. And Ivanka is like, we will pass judgment on everyone. The Republican Party sees themselves, oh, it's supposed to be the 9 of Cups, Trump crime, but I have the 10, I miswrote that. So they just see themselves as being serviced, the Republican Party. There's supposed to be justice in the Chariot here for the GOP had the, oh, I'm having problems here. Justice and Chariot. The NRA had the Chariot. GOP had justice. So this is about being of service to swing the favor to them and make the Chariot. Those are those last minutes wins where it looks like Dems are going to win in these tight races, and then all of a sudden they eke out a win at the very last second, but they flip it enough so it's like 51% so that there can be no recall of an election. Christopher Wylie, we the people, he drew the Ace of Pentacles for us. He's like, people, look at this. This is so important. Cambridge Analytica is like, well, we look at the world of people, that we're going to rule the world. Eric and Jr., Justice, we're going to tip the scales in our favor. That's the Justice for us. Ivanka and Jared, they're looking at Temperance because we're taking all that data and information and blending it and committing psyops. So we're going to gradually brainwash you into voting for us. The Republican Party is just going to deal with government and grind down government, slow it down, make sure people can't vote, and the NRA is going to make sure the wrath of Putin is inflicted upon the people. 8th house. Christopher Wylie had the 6 of Cups. Tax returns, but also the platform to develop the alt-right. And Cambridge Analytica used all the data to convert people in their minds with the magician as above, what we want you guys to think and how you're going to think below. And we're going to help the alt-right. And Junior and Eric are like, hey, the Empress, Russia, other people's money. Look at this. They have the Empress here for taxes, other people's money. They have the Emperor in the 9th house. Russia got Trump elected. See that? We have here the Ace of Pentacles, all that new money, new data for Ivanka. And, you know, the GOP is okay because this is transformation, transforming votes in elections and causing a real outrage and upset. And the NRA is going to keep appealing to the alt-right and people who love their guns to make this a simpler time. In the 9th house of Putin's house, distant lands, Christopher Wylie had the Hermit, investigating, evaluating all that stuff going between, like with Brexit and the United States of America. Meanwhile, Cambridge Analytica was catering to the Knight of Pentacles, Eric and Jr., over in Russia. They have the Emperor, Eric and Jr., being elected by Putin from Russia, and Ivanka has the 3 of Cups, their celebration of winning the election with their Russian counterparts. That's where they're celebrating 2016, is in Russia. The NRA has the the Republican Party has the Queen of Swords here. So that has to do with the legal stuff related to elections, you know, carving things out, maybe gerrymandering, getting those ideas and how to illegally run elections, because Putin dismantled the electorate within 2 years of becoming president, and it took him 4 years to do the judiciary. And Trump is using his playbook every single step of the way, and the NRA is facing judgment. How they're judged with Russia, as they should be. In the 10th house, Christopher Wylie drew the Star. I just saw my Ace of Pentacles somewhere. He drew the Star and the Ace of Pentacles. So in the 10th house, the public house, everything we're going to see from him has to do with the Star, electing the Star. The Star is the target of Cambridge Analytica and the oligarchs on who they want to win the elections, and the money that they're willing to pay for it because this was of such high value to them. We have the King of Swords for Cambridge Analytica. So mind games. These were the attacks that we would have online, in social media, criticizing people, threatening people, just going all out, insane, crazy, and the brainwashing. This Eric and Junior, just, you know, we're just going to ride along here and try to keep everything balanced with the money and with the data. Ivanka we're going to make sure they were the Knight of Pentacles too. So Ivanka, Eric Jr., they're all the Knight of Pentacles who were delivering data, delivering money, going back and forth. So the Republican Party, now here's them in China, courtesy of Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao. And the NRA was to get Trump elected. In the 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, friendships, Wylie has the Queen of Cups. Mom, or the United States of America. That is his hope with the United States of America. However, Cambridge Analytica wants the Emperor, Junior, Eric, he wants the world to judge them as the chosen ones. And Ivanka, Four of Pentacles, stability, hanging on to what they got through all this data. That's what helps them. That's their comfort. And that data will always help them. Meanwhile, the Republican Party is going to play mind games on the electorate and Hillary voters and leave a large swath of people out of voting, participating in a democracy. And the NRA is going to keep secret of all that they know about how they get their guy elected and the money they pay and who does it for them. In the 12th house of secrets, hidden enemies, Christopher Wylie had the Six of Swords. He knows how this data and information was transported elsewhere. I'm sure he's got the receipts on everyone on who did it. Cambridge Analytica, 10 of Cups, the Republican Party. This was the Republican Party's secret, using Cambridge Analytica and data. We have, and Six of Cups, the nationalism and rising up with the far right. So that's totally what they were doing. That's why they'll never strike it down. Eric and Junior, Temperance. The secret was blending ideas, blending data, blending micro-targeting, and brainwashing people. The Ivanka had the Three of Wands reversed. So their secret and hidden enemies are the fact that everything they did was caught on intercepts. The Republican Party aligned with Trump, Russia, candidate Trump, to extraordinary degrees, as the NRA. Actually, this is supposed to be the Queen of Pentacles. This is supposed to be Rebecca Mercer. So there you have it. This is all this stuff that Christopher Wylie, through his book and everything, is going to reveal, and how it nails everyone. And if you get a chance, follow the information if it even gets out there. I think partly this might be why we're having, God bless the Kurds, to cover up that, to cover up the extraordinary lengths, but the impeachment talk, to also cover up what's coming with the trade talks with China on Thursday. There's been nothing. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks. Okay, I really want to wrap this up here, but I have two last questions. Because in Christopher Wylie's interviews, he specifically targeted Steve Bannon and the data and his philosophy. And then he never mentioned Brad Parscale, but we all know, as Teresa Hong said in that video, they would not have won had it not been for Facebook. So I do need to look at Parscale. And screw Zuck. I'm done with him. I'm not going to look at him. So anyway, okay, so Steve Bannon. You know, this book came out by Christopher Wylie. He's a whistleblower, as you know. What do you think about that book? How's it going to affect you? That's what we want to know. Steve Bannon. Republican Party, the GOP. Crowning this is balancing their money. Steve Bannon, this is about you. Steve Bannon's challenge is all those elections he stole, all that data he stole, all the things he stole. The base of this is Rebecca Mercer. Did you know that these two, Rebecca and Bannon, were an item they dated for a while. Gross. Ugh. Ugh. Crowning this is the oligarchs paying for all that data, all that money. In the past, we have the Knight of Swords, all that gaslighting. Steve Bannon's great idea to engineer society and using the alt-right and nationalism to get it done. And just totally reckless. And from that, in the future, now he wants to get away. Actually, he did after the election, and he took all that data and went, now is living like in some sort of castle in Italy. Yeah, he's in Italy. He's in Italy. We wonder why everyone's in Italy? How do we see? Bannon with Cambridge Analytica and data. Ace of Pentacles. A new opportunity. New money. That's all it was about. The environment. Bannon, what do you think about this book? Page of Wands. Oh, so Christopher Wylie is the Page of Wands. That is interesting. His hope. It's the end of it. We're done. His fear. Bannon, what's your fear? The King of Swords. The Mueller investigation. Ideally likely. What's to come? His secret talks. And the future. What's to come? The devil. He is so lax. He doesn't care. He really doesn't care. Because he can have whatever he wants. Okay, seriously. Steve Bannon, you just seem like you don't feel threatened at all by this. Unless you have, like, you passed out and you drank too much and are totally comatose. Well, then I can understand that. Because you have zero resistance to this reading. You got to be afraid. Really? I mean, why would Christopher Wylie talk about you so much? Steve-O. Death warmed over. Tell me. What worries you the most about Christopher Wylie and his book? Oh. The King of Wands. So that king... Oh, my cards. I messed up again. So the King of Wands, is this Adam Schiff? Yeah. Is this MBS? Yes. Yes, this is why he's afraid. Schiff and MBS. Okay, I gotta turn some cards over here. What's going on here? Oh my gosh, look at what a mess. Bannon, messing with my cards. Is this how you treat data? You're so gross. Sloppy drunk. I bet you are. How about you do my cards? Ah! Speaking of, you think he's drunk? Cripe. What a mess. Is this how you keep your files? Because you are totally screwed. We'll find all the stuff that we need to find. Oh my God. You know, just sloppy, 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 sloppy. This is the other reason why these guys are just so toast. Because they're just have had people cleaning up after them all their lives. They just don't even know how to manage this stuff. And it makes them terrible liars. And I bet they have no idea how to fold towels. These people drive me crazy. Okay. So Bannon, you're afraid of the King of Wands. Afraid of the King of Wands. Because, two, you're the fool, and you're trying to hang on to what you got. Yeah. Indictments. We see ya. You're trying to hang on, but you're a fool. Why else are you afraid? Because of your secret talks. Okay. And brainwashing. The base of this. Pelosi with impeachment. Ace of Wands. He has a new up. You know what, Bannon?
Okay, tell me about that. What's that about? You're just way too aloof. It just makes me wonder. I had heard that he had flipped and he had been cooperating because he did have talks, but seriously, there's got to be some consequence. What's this about? Ace of Wands. What's this about? He's got an offer. I'm going to assume from Don Holio, because that's Knight of Cups. Oh, he's got an offer for Don. I mean, yeah. You know, it's totally fake. It's not going to work. Because you're still going to have to face Mueller. So his thing is he's relying on Don Holio to remain the emperor. Oh my gosh, he's totally relying on the data. And Putin. Fool. He's telling me I'm a fool. I don't think so. I think you're the fool. Okay, whatever. Keep telling yourself that, Mr. Out of Touch, elitist, dumb data dude. Dumb data dude. Okay, Parscale, come on. Seriously, Christopher Wylie came out with that book. What do you think? Because I know that you cannot beat Biden in your little tests that you've been doing. And I know you've been freaked out about that because I did a reading on that, why you're afraid of Joe Biden. So, Parscale, what's up with this Christopher Wylie stuff and the data that's coming out? Oh, I'm blaming Rebecca Mercer. It's her fault that we stole elections. Shut up, Parscale. The challenge are the oligarchs, all the wealthy people. The base of this is Russia, Putin. Crowning this is, let me guess, you're going to get a pardon from Don, and you're going to keep him emperor forever because Putin's at the base of this? In the past. Yeah, you've taken data and you've done reckless things with it. You've transitioned it, made it into other things, and you've appealed to the alt-right, the far-right, the maggots. How do we see Parscale? Oh, are you little... Oh, yeah, it makes work a little tough as a campaign manager when your guy totally sucks and is cheating and everybody hates him. The environment... Oh, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Because it worked in the past. Your hope is what? USA? Really? But you fear... He fears being set up. Well, I hate to tell you this, but we already have everything. We have it all. So, yeah, your fears are going to come true. And likely it's going to be all about the 2016 election. Oh, here comes the White House. Oh, you're a fool. You're a fool. Look at all these fools. Okay. That's all I needed to know. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy learning about all the data and stuff they have on you because it's going to make your mind, blow your mind. I really encourage you to listen to the Christopher Wylie interviews because I keep forgetting all the junk that they have on us. Our personal data from like our mortgages, how much we owe, if you have a gun, if you like guns, who you voted for, what you owe, what kind of car you drive, you know, who you voted for in the past. They've got everything. They have everything. Okay. That's it. Thanks.